Hey, hello everyone. Let me just make sure we've got closed captions on. Yep, there we go. So obviously wasn't able to do some streams last week. I was feeling absolutely exhausted on Tuesday and then got some hey there, Blue Cornflower. Starting Zoom screen didn't have music. Not sure if you usually do. No, I don't. Usually it just tends to be whatever game music is on, so that might be that Rimworld is a little bit quiet, but we'll have to see in a moment. But either way, welcome in. Hope you've been having a good time. So, as I was just saying last week, bit exhausted on Tuesday, got some unfortunate news. A bit of unfortunate news, which may or may not resolve itself soon. And then I had a flu jab on Saturday, so kind of all my usual streaming days were kind of knocked out of balance. But hey, Rimworld got an update to 1.4 on Thursday. So yeah, heard a few noises but no music, probably me just shuffling around and making sure that the game was all full screen and everything. So I do have some mods enabled. So on the left you can see the ones that are disabled because they have not been updated yet. Yes, I play with a few mods. And then on the right we've got the ones which have actually been updated for 1.4 and ones that I want to bring into this game. So just a few. And potential bad news, something that I'm not wanting to put up here directly, but I can ping you with it a bit later. So anyway, let's go in and might just remove that one. So I think I am just going to do the classical crash landed survival scenario for this one. Nothing additionally special. We're going to be on Randy Random, Strive to Survive, and Reload Anytime, just because I do tend to follow the idea of only having one save, but I am absolutely terrified of the game corrupting. So I'm going to get rid of the... Yes, I think I'm going to... Actually, no, I'm going to leave the insects there, but we're going to try and find a place where there's not going to be any insects around. So let's just see. Random. Yeah, let's do that. Overall rainfall normal. Let's bump down the temperature and the population a little bit and see what we get. So biotech not installed, not been released yet. So we are going to have to just have a look and see what happens. So we do have some interesting start points here. We could turn off insects. What I ideally want is I want a cavernous area that has... Oh gosh, the game's already crashed. Trying to click around too much. Trying to click around already too much because we've got a map preview mod. I think you can do that with console as well. Yes, for... I think since at least 1.2, 1.3, maybe even 1.2, you've been able to turn off the insects. They've changed up the UI so you get a few different options now as well. Yes, this game, I'm going to have to be patient and not randomly quickly click around like I normally do, because unfortunately one of the mods I have, which is prepared landing, hasn't been updated, and that one would normally let me filter through all of the different options and select, like, I want large hills, I want marble and granite as the stone types. It's like, don't care about the elevation, want to make sure the growing period is pretty decent. Yeah, I think the game has frozen a little tiny bit. So I'm just going to have to wait here for a moment. But yes, we can indeed remove the insect gene lines if we wanted to, but I think I'll be okay trying to manage them if we can find an area that doesn't have them automatically generated. It's just going to be a matter of, can we actually do that? I think I may have to just restart this one. Give me a moment while I restart and probably actually turn off map previews most likely. Oh, hang on a minute, it's validating. There we go. Okay, now it should pop up again. Now it should pop back up. So, I am definitely one of the people looking forward to the new biotech expansion, especially seeing as it's actually going to be introducing children by default. And I have had like children's school and learning in my game for the longest time because I like the idea, at least, of having colonists. Obviously, having colonists get into a relationship, get pregnant, have kids, and those kids grow up. So the fact that it's going to be in the game as default is going to be very interesting to me. Will you be able to do horrible things to children? Yes. Yes. Yes, you will. So like one of the preview images that we've seen is actually like children around during a raid and such, and I think one of them is at least knocked down and one of them is still actually like in the grow pod or something. So it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see how many people start complaining about all of it. And you can actually eat babies. A nice veal for people. Nice delicate veal for cannibal colonists. Okay, so, right, what do we have here? So we do have a desert. That could be interesting. I mean, we can actually see in the map preview that almost looks like a wolf there. You've got like the ears, the snout, the mouth. That is very interesting. That one could also be fairly good. Obviously, I want to try and get somewhere on this thing because we've got... Okay, you're hostile, so are you. But then we've got the Shattered Empire. Purple is going to be neutral, and we've got another... So yeah, we've got two of the Shattered Empires up here. And actually, maybe it might be an idea to go around this area because you are hostile and you are neutral. So here, along this route, is probably going to be the best one. So terrain. Does it still? Oh, did I not update that? Oops. Thank you, I did the satellites. Oops, oops, oops. I did not mean to do that. Thank you for letting me know. And how are you doing? Yeah, how are you doing today? People shouldn't complain. It's not like they could be forced to. I've already seen someone complain on the subreddit. I've already seen someone complain on the subreddit about it all. Yeah, if it's either you or the kid will die if you die anyway. In that case, you can just start a new game. That is true. Right, okay, apparently the issue with this is me selecting a second site and the game crashes. Okay, let me try this again. And this time I will genuinely turn off map preview because that just seems to be breaking things at the moment. Yeah, you're doing okay. That's good to hear. Anything special been going on? So yeah, Blue Cornflower, what is, or with the kids, what are the things that you are looking forward to having / doing? People will complain, hope the dev won't change it. Well, honestly, seeing as it's such a major feature, I really doubt that they are going to move it. I think the most that they'll do when people, or if people complain about it, I should say, is that there will be options in the game to like disable children, make them immortal and invulnerable and stuff like that. So you either have the options where you absolutely do not get children, or they do not get affected by anything. You intend to avoid it or turn it off. You don't see the benefit. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so map preview. Please don't tell me that just clicking on this is going to crash the game. Finished your layout yesterday. You finally have a stable stream integration. Okay, where did that just go? Okay, map preview has been disabled now. You don't want to have crying or children noises in the game. Yes, that's one of the things as well, isn't it? Thankfully, with the mods that I use, I basically turn the baby noises down 100%. So I can see them, but nothing will actually really happen. And yeah, you don't want babies thrown at you from random events. I can imagine that. And Riders of Satellites, yes, I did see that. I didn't have an opportunity to look at it properly and comment, but at least from the previews that I saw, it did look very nice. Children make you feel uncomfortable, yeah. Like I'm saying, I imagine that there's going to be some kind of toggle or switch option. I mean, it's not like Lilian Studios doesn't take feedback into account, because I distinctly remember when drugs were introduced, they actually used real world names. And everyone kind of, okay, not everyone, but a decent number of people kind of pointed out, like, hey, maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you don't want to name it after real world drugs. And so they went through and it's like, okay, yeah, we'll change that. We'll change the names and everything. And yeah, that's true. Is I'm sure there'll be a mod to remove children, even if there's not an in-game option. I'm sure that will be like one of the first mods. Okay, so we've got neutral and neutral along here. Yeah, so we've got a good path here with a few things. Hello there, Lucas World. If any game has a real world drug name, it gets banned in Australia. Well, Rimworld actually managed to scoot by that for a couple of years before it got caught. Yeah, I heard about that. Fallout's morphine changed to MedX to get around the issues. So what do we have here? Temperate forests or grasslands? And then this is obviously desert. Yes. Marble and limestone. No, I don't want that. I am very, very picky. I have no idea what they were complaining about, because this is like the real names of the drugs were in the game even before. Oh, marble, granite and slate, large hills, year-round growing period. That looks good to me. I think yayo is a slang term. Yes. Okay, I'm just doing this generally because for some reason the load save option doesn't seem to work too well for me. But yeah, the real world names were changed like way back. Like I came into the game when we had alpha build 12D, I think it was. And I seem to remember it being like alpha 15 when the drugs were added, and then the next update changed all the names. Okay, let me just check on this. Yeah, all looks good. Don't want any of the cannibal ones. Gosh, I'm really missing like most of my mods here, especially the ones where it's like all different hair and beards and whatnot. Yeah, they may not have known the various terms, but it's still okay. Capable of violent, no, we don't want you. Great memory, but greedy. No. Anyone else who's good here? Nope, nope, nope. Okay, I guess we're doing a round of completely randomize everyone. So randomize until we have people who are incapable of nothing. So psychically deaf, very neurotic but kind. Masochist, you could be interesting, 15 years old, and a brawler. Cult of passions, intellectual and animal, which is almost exactly the same as him. Okay, traits tough, again animals, but good shooting. Okay, no, don't want. We want to try and see if we can get someone who is good at cooking and plants, ideally. Because the other ones... There we go! I guess those are our 3 colonists. So the only one we don't have any passion in is mining. Riders of Satellites, thank you for reminding me. I was going to say this. I was going to say this, but I got completely distracted. What is this game about? Essentially, there's like a whole load of lore behind this, but essentially, this takes place in the year, or starts in the year 5500, so 5500, and basically we have space travel now, but it is limited to slower than light, and so if you need to get anywhere you have to put yourself in a cryosleep casket to travel around. Unfortunately, those can come with issues where, for instance, if say your craft gets attacked, you may have your escape shuttles crash down onto the nearest planet and you have to figure out where are you and how on earth you are going to survive, which is basically what we are going to have to try and do here. Okay, is that honestly just 2 insects there and a hive? We might be able to take that on. Let me just have a look around to see what other things we have here. So no insects here, but we do have a couple of timber shrooms and some glow stools. So basically you land on you crash land on a planet, or if you start with a tribal start, you're running away from your other tribal people. And the idea is to basically survive for long enough until you can actually find a shuttle and get off planet. Okay, we've got some silver ore there. I've seen some jade around as well. Got a couple of areas we could have a look at, but I really want to see if we can actually try and clear these out. How is it that there's medieval people but also human calculators? So that's another thing that's kind of explained in the lore, is that because there's no faster than light travel and it can take you hundreds of years to travel from one planet to another, and I'm not even exaggerating on that, you have various planets and areas where they've kind of lost technological knowledge, for lack of a better term. So there will be some people who are living in kind of like a medieval society, some people who have come from a glitter world and have only just like landed on the planet, and then some other people who are kind of like just in the middle and like how we are. Have I read the book? No, not specifically, but I do have moderate knowledge and awareness of things. Okay, you're a melee expert, so you're going to get that, and you are a shooting expert, so you're going to get that. Just like Warhammer 40k, lost FTL travel and some reverted to medieval times. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Warhammer 40k was an inspiration behind all of this. Would not be surprised on that. Oh, and we start off with a little guinea pig. That's nice. That's nice because guinea pigs give you some of the best fur in the game. Good news is it's male. Bad news, we don't seem to have any others around. So let's go in here and unforbid all the items. So let's get you to recruit you and get you... Oh, that's going to be unfortunate. That's a marsh there, so walk speed 30%. But I think... Let me just double check because I just want to make sure. 1 mega spider and 1 spellipede. Okay, are we going to be able to bait one of you out? Yes, maybe. Okay, 2 hits. This is dangerous because these are really, really... Oh, sorry, was the ad break running? Okay, no, okay, no, we still got 7 minutes. Did I read the book? No, I've not. It's just because I've played a lot that all the knowledge just kind of got absorbed into my mind. So I'm aware of like most of the things. Oh, come on. You were shooting it perfectly fine from that long distance ago, and now you can't. Jeez. Okay, where are we going to retreat to? Come on, keep moving. Okay, the good thing is we do have our 3rd person here. Bad news is only got a knife. Oh, hang on. Melee attack. Okay, there we go. Got you. And no, actually, if we get you to run this way. Just basically kiting around and just letting them take pot shots at it. Yep, no problem. Thank you for popping by. Oh, there we go. We actually got both of them. How badly injured are you? Fairly badly. But thank you for popping by, Ride of the Satellites. Hope you have a good rest of the day. Okay, right. So self-tend. Yep, I know. Must be assigned to doctor work to do that. Get you using regular medicine and change over to manual priorities so we can do all of this and change it around. So nursing duties, yep. Surgeon, bed rest on 2, basic on 1. All of these other ones tend to be on 1 as well. Haul, clean at 2 because I do have a mod to add in a cleaning zone. So prioritize tending and you can just melee attack that thing to death. So we have an insect hive we can take advantage of. The small trouble is that unfortunately the hive can keep generating insects, so we are going to need to be very, very careful with that. Okay, actually, no, you are not going to help out. Okay, I'm actually going to get you to tend. It's not going to be the greatest because this is going to be field medicine, but it is going to get steroids at least patched up. At the very least, it's going to get them patched up. Because they took a lot of injuries from the spellipede. And there we go. Okay. undraft you, and then okay, who needs to be on construction? Probably quite a few people. And schedules. Recreation, 2 there and 2 there, and then the rest of it work, and just copy it over. I don't think we have any night owls in the colony, which is always going to be a good thing. They board that up, and that should be fine. And then we can board this up a little bit and have at least a temporary section, and then we can start kind of mining this out, doing a bit of development. It's on the edge of the map, which I really do not like. I really do not like that idea. But at least for the moment, we can make this up to be a stockpile zone. That is an ancient bed there. Unfortunately, we can only claim or deconstruct. We can't really move it anywhere. Nothing else I can immediately see either. Okay, what's there? That's some gold. That might be an ancient danger. There's another ancient bed. Can we claim it? I mean, yes, but we can't deconstruct it, so we can't reinstall it. So unfortunately, we're going to have one person, or we're going to have them fighting over the ancient bed, and then 2 of them are probably going to have to deal with having a sleeping spot on the ground. But for the moment, I think probably we can just have this as a general corridor, and then we can have, yeah, let's say kind of kitchen, dining room, entertainment area over here, and then we can start building colonist beds on this section. But if we want to do that, then let me get the structure out. Okay, that won't work. We could build bridge across on these ones. Yep. So I'll just get that started, because then that means that we can come in and start actually making it a bit more regular. So obviously a hive, if activated, spawn additional insects and hives over time, as well as valuable insect jelly. So that insect jelly is what I'm wanting. It's going to be super valuable when we get hold of it. It's going to be super valuable. So it's 6 p.m, 30 degrees. Hopefully everyone's got enough clothing that they'll be able to withstand those kinds of temperatures. So orders plan. If you don't want insects, there's a trick. Is it to make sure that something has a really high or really low temperature? Either way, so 1, 2, 3. If we want that across there. Okay, go on then. What's the trick? Is that a bit much, or... Ah, looks fine. So we need 1, 2, 3, and then 4 across. Okay, yeah, so if we just do that... forbid, that's the wrong thing. It had a red line through it, so I thought it was the right one. Okay, so... hang on, need to check the video. Yep, that's fine. So if I get you to mine through that as a start. Obviously that's not going to happen quite tonight, because everyone's going to... There we go, we got our first bit of insect jelly. So people can actually start eating that. And we just get steroid up here. Oh my goodness, okay, you just ate 11 insect jelly. Okay, that's a fair amount. And normally Normally, I would think that that would actually come up with a notification. So tough ruler. Okay, no, it didn't. Right, what I was expecting was a notification like, or 8 royal jelly. Okay, well, there's the big ancient danger that we're going to have to deal with. And we are going to have to keep an eye out. What are you doing there? No, we don't want that. No. What I was saying was we are going to have to need to keep an eye out to see if any guinea pigs generate in the wild, because if we can get a breeding pair or more, that's going to give us such a huge amount of lovely, lovely, gorgeous fur that we can use. Trick to check for empty space in the mountains. Yes, I've heard of that. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head though. Oh, is it drafting them and then seeing if they'll actually be able to move into the area? I can't remember. I try not to do, I mean, I mod this to the hilt, but I try not to do more cheaty things like that, or cheaty in quotation marks anyway. I was going to put down animal sleeping spots, just so we've got a couple. So yeah, so 30, 30 and 29 degrees. If I don't want to know, that's okay. I mean, you can tell me, it's just the odds of me necessarily doing it is probably going to be like 0 to none. Drafting and sweeping the area, I thought it might be. Okay, there we go, that's a sleeping spot for Scrooge, our little guinea pig. And why are you... Why? Seriously, I had a colonist in my other game that I've been playing to test things out, and a red fox just came and decided to start hunting one of my colonists there as well. It's just, why? Okay, you are not going to hit that 28%. 27%. Oh, come on, that was way off. Jeez. Oh, wow, okay, that was good. Let me guess, that went right through its brain. No, heart. Well, okay. That's going to be a bit of meat that we can cut up anyway. So production, we want our butcher spot probably out here. Yes, I know that's going to be... We don't actually have anyone on mining, do we? Mining skill of 1. I think we will be fine on that one. And obviously we probably need to... I never checked the grow zones either. Didn't actually check the grow zones, so where we chose has actually been a fairly good place, because we've got 2 sections around here. So obviously what I tend to do is one of them... Wait. Excuse me? I have no idea where that's come from. Bathing zone. I have no idea where that's come from. Anyway, what I tend to do is I tend to set up one of these sections and I put corn down there. And then the other one I tend to create, and at least for the initial section, I tend to do rice. I know rice is very, very quick to grow, doubly so if you do it in one of these high fertility areas, but it just tends to get things done much quicker in my mind. So you've been scratched a couple of times, but you'll be fine on that. Okay, no scars or anything from the spellipede. I think you'll be okay. So we'll just speed through this a bit more again. Just so we can get past this initial section and make sure we are... Oh, capybaras. Trying to figure out what that was. It's just little capybaras. Let me have a look at you though. Leather type, but light leather. Okay, so pretty generic, all things considered. Ah, yes, zone. I want to create a cleaning zone, which is going to be just this area. There we go, area 1. So our colonists will now only be keeping this area clean and they won't be cleaning the entirety of the home area. Oh my goodness, you both... Okay, neither of you actually have a passion in mining and the best skill you have is skill 4. This is going to take some time. This is definitely going to take some time. Neville... outdoors, sweaty, awful barracks, unsightly environment, hungry, recreation deprived, intense pain. You can suck it up for a moment. I want you to mind that one instead, actually. And if you're going to complain about recreation, you will get a horseshoe pin set up there. And then when we've got a bit of space, we can probably put in a chest table and furniture, stool there and there. So deteriorating spoils in 2.1 days. Okay, that will be fine. We'll have more than enough time to get this all up. A fueled stove. We're just waiting for this section to be dug out. Like so. And then butcher creature, do forever, but decrease the radius because we don't want to be butchering it everywhere. Who is our cook? Neville. Okay, cook and butcher. Brewing, we can probably take you off that. Repairing, we'll put everyone on high priority for that one. Handling and training we'll do as a 2, so basically if you've not got anything better to do, then we will do that instead. Okay, how are we doing on everything? It looks good. Looks very, very good. And then obviously we'll need to set up some kind of research. So one of the mods I do have is a mod called Research Reinvented. So instead of basically sitting at a desk and thinking really, really hard, what people will do instead is actually study items and objects. So like they'll study wood, they'll study steel, they'll study plasteel, advanced components, all of that good stuff. Okay, so you have a steel knife. Let's have a look at you. Pretty and trigger happy. Construction, crafting, intellectual. You know, if we manage to take you alive, then maybe. If not, then I'm not going to complain about it too much. We're going to come down here. We pretty much want everyone to go up and around. Okay, I was going to say, that does not look like preparing. Nope, that's attacking. They are attacking immediately. Neville, I know you're going to have a mental break in a moment. kiting you around. Don't hit your colony, mate. Okay, I'm gonna need steroid. Come on, up and at 'em. Oh, there we go. Okay. Getting a couple of hits in now. There we go. Okay, we've taken him prisoner. Right, the next question is, where's he going to go? Okay, so if we do that, then pretty much we're just going to need to hollow out one of these rooms. Put some doors on that and make that at least temporary. Okay, already tending to self. Good, good, good. Capture, did you get any extra injuries? Okay, stream elements, that is 15 minutes off. So I'm going to need to adjust that at some point. But that is like 15 minutes off. Okay, tend to this person. Just make sure there's at least some medicine just in case this person gets an infection, which is probably going to be quite likely. How are you doing? You're managing yourself pretty fine. I have just realised I managed to make a completely male-only colony here. That was completely accidental. Completely accidental, I swear. If we're focusing on mining efforts on that, we need to cancel that one. Okay, health. Still got a couple of things. Death in 18 hours. Blood loss moderate, but... Oh, we got a free alpaca. Nice. We got a free alpaca. Okay, you should be fine. Prisoner, let's... Okay, I swear. We don't want to convert and then release. We want to convert and then recruit. Medical emergency. Yeah, that's that person. Fine. As soon as we get this one done. Okay, yeah, you're not going to bleed out anymore. That's good. Structure, and let's put a wooden door there so we have that. And then let's expand that out a little bit. Oh! Okay, apparently the hive deteriorated. So we've only got 70 insect jelly, so we are going to have to protect that. Now, I have no idea if an insect hive can spontaneously spawn, or if you are, or if you're good to go on them otherwise. Oh well, just have to see. If nothing else, all of this is worth $8 market value, so we'll be able to have at least something to sell. We'll have at least something to sell, if nothing else. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is do that, because all of these mills here are registered as being or belonging to the prisoner, which is not what we want. Okay, there we go, and construct that. There we go. Okay, so should not have issues with that. We need those sleeping spots. 1, 2, 3. And it's going to be absolutely horrible for them. This is a terrible barracks, sleeping on the floor, sleeping in the hot. Oh no, it's actually only 20 degrees. And we do need a pen. So unfortunately I put the horseshoe pin there, otherwise I would section that off as a pen. Maybe I'll do, yeah, I think I'll do this area up here instead. If we do that wooden fence and then do approximately to there, a fence gate. Yeah, let's just do that one there as well. And we want to do an order to chop some wood. Obviously not too much. And did anyone get started on that rice? No, because no one is. Not cut. Let me just go through and check. Yep, okay, that all looks fine. Why aren't you working on that? Why aren't you not working on that one? Okay, so we've got a male alpaca, so we probably want... Ah, damn it. Okay, fine, I guess we are, Hey. Guess we are not having guinea pigs. What is it with you bloody red foxes and being so hungry? Yep, there we go. Scrooge has just died. Come on, hunt it. There we go. That was a one-shot kill. Through the spine. Oh my goodness. Okay, bills, cook, simple meal times 4, and then simple meal by 1. Details. Let's just do it to about 30. Because then... that means obviously this meat is going to spoil in 1.1 days, but the actual cooked meals will spoil in about 3 or 4 days, which will just help things. Hey, how are you doing? Looking decent. Looking decent. We're building wooden fence. You are finally cutting that stuff down for the corn, and then obviously the rice will get started. I'm going to leave that there because that is not going to be very good. There's a weapon. Minor break risk. Yep. Okay, that's all done. So structure. No, it wasn't there. It was pen marker. There we go. I have been playing this game, I swear. I have been playing this game, I swear. Just obviously a little bit different when I actually am playing and talking about things than just playing on my own. Obviously we do need some defences somewhere. So I think... oh, security. I think if we do a barricade across there, because then we can... hopefully if anyone comes across here, then we can dive behind here and this marsh will stop them walking. From over here, it'll be another matter. We might need to actually put another barricade there, but then this one might mean they are... it's also confusing. It can be also confusing. At least so far we seem to be doing okay. Okay, I'm actually going to take you off growing and onto mining instead, so we can get these rooms cleared out. Obviously let you do some recreation, get some food, all of that nice stuff. Cut through those so we can make another room. Obviously there's going to be a little bit of difficulty. Okay, so we've got our faction name and community. So this is going to be a little bit difficult if we need to expand on all of these, because they're decent enough for a single person bedroom, but 2 of these is too big for 2 people. So while we'll be able to smooth all of these down and like dig them out, there's still going to be a few different things. Okay, a corporate drone. Let's see, who is this? 58 years old, bad back, pretty gourmand, and a psychopath. If you didn't want to kill the insectoids, think you could sneak in while they're sleeping at night to pick up insect jelly. We could have done that, yes. I wanted to try and at least get some a sustainable source, but apparently I messed that up. Okay, so 12 intellectual could be nice, but mining, cooking, artistic, those are all things that could, aside from mining, could arguably just be a few things that she can just do staying in the colony. But 58 years old, I'm really not sure on that one. She has definitely led one heck of an interesting life. So what I was saying about the not able to do faster than that travel, so people have both a biological age and a chronological age. So biological age, so we can see here, so she was born on the 6th of April, May 3202. So her chronological age is 2,298 years old, but her biological age is 58 years. So essentially what that means is she was obviously born in the year 3202, but in terms of biological aging outside of sleeper pods and cryosleep caskets, she's only been awake for 58 years. So 29 years old, so he's probably just stayed on this planet since he was born. Steroids, 3,189 chronological years old. And Neville, 63 chronological years old. Geez, when were you born then? 2311. So pretty much in 290 years, Steroid is going to be born and is going to live to the year 5,500 at the least. At the least. Oh, hang on a minute. I was going to say, has no one tended you? No, they have. They have. You just look still very, very wounded. How are you doing other than stressed? You look fine. Okay, so ideology. So ritual spot. I think I might actually put that there. So role change. So academic of ideology. Who is best suited for that? It's probably going to be someone with high intellectual. So that's going to be Steroid. And let's just do that as we can get people in. Found the infestation trick. Having bait rooms, dark rooms 20 to 40 cells big, much more likely to spawn there. Bait rooms also help decrease the chance of them spawning in your base. Okay, so basically if we make sure we have a load of light areas. So moral chair. So basically, if we have a load of light areas and then we keep one section just completely dark, yeah, let's actually make Neville our mole chair, because he is psychically hypersensitive. So when we get the quest in to help the person from the Empire, he is going to be our main Psycaster. I am ever so slightly disappointed that we do not have the option to have vanilla Psycast expanded, because that mod is such a game changer. It is unbelievable. Okay, so we want to expand the home area, so we're now cleaning all of this as well. What do we have there? Fox fur and guinea pig fur. Okay, so unfortunately 6 is not really going to be enough to do anything with. Do we have? Yes, we do have another red fox hanging around, though on the other side of the map. Thankfully, on the other side of the map. Okay, getting down with all the plant cutting, that's good. Oh, hang on a minute. No, we don't want to do that. Because then that'll register this as not actually being a confined space, so we do not want to do that. So I was going to say, where is it? There's the conversion. So 16%. Yeah, 90 to 74. That's fine. And some more structure stuff. So we'll put down the wooden door there, and then we'll also make sure we have wooden walls for these. And then that means we can start digging that one out as well. So another trick, if you have areas with overhead mountain you don't want them to spawn in, you can fill it with a checkerboard pattern made of abundant material, because they need more than 1 by 1 cell of overhead mountain. Interesting. So for instance, I could build up a section and just put a load of like stone chunks down. I could just put a load of stone chunks down. Okay, furniture. Let's put you there, and we want... Honestly, let's just go for a basic granite floor. That's a guaranteed block if it's done correctly too. Okay, I will keep that in mind. I will keep that in mind then. We'll do concrete. That actually, I don't know why I'm doing that, because I'm going to say this should be yeah, rough hewn gravel. Make sure I pronounce that correctly. Rough hewn. Yes, there we go. Okay, insect jelly does not deteriorate, so that is going to be good. You are unfortunately got an old gunshot in the torso, so it gives him medium pain. Though his certainty has been reduced to 25% because he is in a poor mood. There's like, pretty much it seems to be the way to get colonists or prisoners to join you is to stick them in a tiny little horrible looking cell, and then actually go and put them in a horrible jail cell, and then come through and give them a really nice a really nice one when they've converted. So then you get the mood boost for, this place is amazing, they really take care of their prisoners well here. Okay, just be careful. There's no 1x2 space with overhead mounting. Needs to be walls. Columns and doors do not count. An overhead mounting square next to an open thin roof area is also a valid spawn point. Oh. Okay, where's the... I know there's one here. Ah, there we go. Toggle visibility of roofs. So we can see here, okay, overhead mountain. And then like rock roof thin here. Okay, yep. We've got that. I understand. Okay, so this is probably going to be a while before you are moving 53%. So you might be able to get up and move in a short while. Don't think we have any stone blocks. No, we really need to get stone cutting down at some point. Who's got a major break risk? You do. Why? Hungry, hideous environment, darkness. A without table is thankfully only a -1 at the moment. Disturb sleep. Yeah. Okay. So you get the first fancy bedroom then. Congratulations. I think actually I'm going to cancel smoothing those because that's just going to take up so much time that we do not have. So floors. Oh, okay. Apparently that's not going to work. Did I actually just get completely rid of... Yep, apparently I got completely rid of the bridge there. Let's put that back. Didn't realise that removing floors also meant removing the bridges. That's interesting. But this should look nice and pretty when we're all done. Get you another torch lamp. Put that there. And we should be able to start getting some decent ones down. So that's poor quality. Let's do a couple more and just have them built up while we have the space and resources. So pretty much blue cornflower, what I'm getting at is if we happen to have insects, if we didn't have the torch lamp here, they still wouldn't spawn in here because there's no free space for them to spawn. They shouldn't spawn in here because there's a light, but they could spawn in here or here because there's a 1x2 and a 1x3 section there, and then this is that like 3x3 and an extra one. Okay, relationships with the Shattered Empire have changed from 0 to 14. Member exited map healthy. We don't need that one there either. And then more mining, so that's just going to be that one. So that is awful. Okay, we'll get rid of that one because we do not want an awful bed. Can still spawn in the lit area as long as it's warm enough, just a lower chance. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely do not tend to min-max any of this stuff. I tend to try and go along with the like story simulator stuff. I was about to say, it's like, why is my person taming not gone to tame? Probably because we don't actually have any appropriate foods. We should have some there. And I'm just going to have a look around to see if there's any... What is ancient hydrant? Okay. Okay, fair enough. A cluster of berry bushes here. That could be a good quick source of food. I would be tempted to mine out that jade, but we really can't afford it at the moment because that will just make our colony wealth just go ridiculous amounts. Obviously, we can see here we've been pretty stable. So we started at just about 14,000 and we are now at 16,000. That's when we had our raid. So we are doing okay, I guess. Recommend bait room be 20 to 40 cells, maybe so it's big enough for the full infestation to spawn in, so they don't spawn in the bait room, but also in another room. Yeah, that's probably also a good point. That you need to make sure that you have enough space set so that you don't accidentally shove them half in one zone and half in the other, because that would be bad. That would definitely be bad. So I'm... Okay, I probably shouldn't say this because it's going to... what's the word? Tempt fate, but it's kind of like... I'd be expecting like a few more incidents by now. We've been here for a week. Yeah, 7 days. Well, 7... a week of our time, I should say. Yeah, jinx yourself, thank you. Jinx myself, tempt fate. I mean, it mostly means the same thing, but yes, neither of those situations would be good. So we could probably actually deconstruct that bed. And aha, there we go. Okay, so that is our person from the Shattered Empire. So what are you running from? A man-hunting rat. And we said we were going to accept it with Neville, so let me just check. Yep, psychically hypersensitive, so we will indeed do that. Oh, hello. Is that a... No, it's not a hostile turret, it's just a it's an ancient one, an ancient security turret. So an ancient broken security turret, the valuable parts have all been looted or smashed. So that was implemented with the ideology DLC about almost 18 months ago. Oh, do you have anything to trade? No. Can I do anything with it? Nope. Basically, the only thing I can do is claim it, which then the only option I have is to deconstruct it. So unfortunately, no. You cannot get free turrets like that. You cannot get free turrets like that. It'd be nice if it actually gave you an option. It's like one of these things here. So we do have some ancient lamps that actually do give some illumination. Hey there, on top, how are you doing? Got started on work, so I'll be lurking. Wanted to say hello, hope you're well. Thank you for popping by. Hope you are doing well and hope your streams have been going well as well. They should let you smelt it like a weapon. I'm not sure. You might be able to get some metal from it, but I am not 100% sure because I generally tend to just not overly bother. Oh, 5 months in a row. You're almost going to be at the next level soon. Thank you for that. And also subscribing with Prime as well. You get one of those, so you have to be very specific on who you want to subscribe with that, but thank you. Hope things are going well for you as well. Okay, so where are our colonists? So we want you and you preferably. So yeah, blue cornflower. Have you seen oh. Well, okay, thank you. Thank you for doing that for me then. Didn't even need to do it myself. Yeah, Blue Cornflower, I don't know how much you've specifically seen of this game and some of the DLCs, but do let me know if you would like a bit of additional information on things. Because obviously this is the base game, royalty, ideology, and also the 1.4 beta, plus a bunch of mods. Doing pretty good on my end. That's good to hear. I'm just disappointed I can't really meet any of your streams at the moment because we just seem to be on completely opposite schedules, but oh well. So long as things are going good with you and your streams are going well, that's pretty much all I can really want for you. Yeah. Oh, I have to say also, I did have a look on Ableton. Completely forgot about it. And so I used up my trial period, so I need to install it on a new computer and try again. But from what I've seen, it does seem to do what I wanted, so thank you for the recommendation. Blue Cornflower, did we create an ideology? Yes, we did. So I chose the option to do a fluid ideology. So basically you set up things and you tend to have just like one meme which has impacts on things. So we can see here, a collectivist, required precepts, work drive is tripled, chance to have a precept, visage mask, unlocked rituals, symbol burning, and prevents the precept of keeping name under marriage. So, and every other group has their own ideology as well. So if we look at the Shattered Empire, so there's our loyalist and collectivist. So loyalist unlocks symbol burning, and then collectivist is the same as ours. And then of course you can also add or remove different precepts as you want to do. So they have slavery being honourable, whereas for us it is acceptable. So for this one, basically they need to have slaves, whereas for us it's more, we don't get a negative for not having slaves, but we don't really get a positive for having slaves anyway. Then we have like the Night Blades, which is a pirate gang, so supremacist, flesh purity, and raiders. So raiding is required, body modification is abhorrent, drug use prohibited, organ use totally abhorrent. Let me have a look at some of the other ones. So collectivists is pretty much the same as ours. Army of Asainos, male supremacy, supremacist and darkness. Corpses don't care, yes. So one of the mods that I am going to be waiting for is one that changes the fungus, because it's only despised or loved in the base game. So I'm one of the mods that I do tend to have that allows for fungus to be neutral. Because I mean, some of the things, mushrooms are probably just going to be okay. So yeah, so we've got like blindness, opinions on corpses, cannibalism. What's wrong with loving mushrooms? The problem with it in the game, if I can find... Okay, it doesn't look like anyone has the meme, but apparently you need to be an undergrounder, I think it is, to actually allow fungus to be loved in a colony. It's either loved or hated. There's no in between. There's no option for it to just be, yeah, mushrooms in a meal. That's fine. Yeah, it's not great. It's like, I can understand why, because It's like mushrooms like here. So it's like, smells like an old dirty rag pulled from the stomach of a rotting buffalo, but it tastes surprisingly good when cooked. So mushrooms don't have the best opinion, or don't have the best reputation. It is restrictive, which I can understand why, because it kind of stops you from just essentially having a mushroom farm in a cave without necessarily needing to be an underground and dealing with all that entails, like insect invasions or infestations. But still, it's nice to have it as an option for just, it's there, it's food, what else do you need? Yeah, definitely balancing things, but that's why we have mods, and that's why we were allowed to edit the game files. Okay, we need to add another one there. Hold that open and just make sure. So we want you to come back into this section. Thank goodness for mods. Indeed. Mods can be and are the lifeblood of a lot of games. Okay, I need to figure out what we're going to do. I think we're probably going to make this into probably an ideology festival, not festival, ceremony room. With turrets, there's a way you can turn them on in the pause menu without making a pawn turn on the switch. That's interesting. How do you do that? Just pausing to take a quick look and make sure everything's going okay. Oh, and by the way, the reason I'm able to zoom in quite a far away and then quite close in is because I have a mod called Camera Plus. So unfortunately, I do have an like facial animations thing, which doesn't 100% work on everything, but it doesn't 100% work on everything. But I like it good enough as it is. Yeah, you can see the beard's kind of a little bit too low, but oh well. Okay, so corn, 31% grown. Rice is doing pretty decently. So once we actually get you converted, then we can start recruiting you. Let's actually see. There we go, converted. Brilliant. And we want to recruit you. So I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure there was one thing, one of these. Maybe I'm just thinking of something different, but I swear there was one of them where you could reduce someone's resistance. I don't seem to see it here. So you wire up the turret as normal, put a 1x1 wire not connecting to anything that's close enough. Ah, okay. Right, that, okay, yes. Yes, I think I've heard of that trick. Select the turret and click reconnect and it will connect to the 1x1 wire and turn off. Yes, I think I've heard of that. Okay, if I move that across there, then we can get a research bench in. Move that and then... Oh, blocked by torch lamp. Okay. For prisoners. So if I basically move that down, then we'll be able to put it there. And we will be able to see in a moment the new research mod that I've got. Because it is very, very fancy. There we go. Also a way to make a corridor where your pawns and animals can melee attack raiders, but they can't attack back. Okay, you're going to have to tell me that one, because I don't actually know that. So anyway, research, and we want to go for... Let me just find... where it is. Battery. And then we can come over here and look at all of that. So material analysis of component of steel. It's like construction experience. Reverse engineer a battery. Prototype construction of a battery. More overall progress needed. So this means you don't actually need to wait until this is 100% researched. You can basically build a prototype, and essentially, as the way it would work in real life is obviously get enough knowledge on how to build a basic one, put it together as a prototype, see how it runs, see what issues there are, resolve them, and then use that to just further your studies. This does mean I want to put some people on research. So what do you do best? Nothing, basically. So Steroid should come in and actually start doing research for his work. Yep, there we go. So he's just grabbed some steel, and there we can see he's starting to analyze it. And then once that's been analyzed, there will be a few more options available for research. I just love, like, this is a brand new mod. It was released like a week before the 1.4 beta was released. So I felt so sorry for the mod creator. I like spent so much time and effort working on this, and then 1 week after it's publicly released, they have to go back and edit it to work with an updated version of the game. They had 15 months since the release of 1.3 to develop all of this, and they released it 1 week before the beta of 1.4 came out. Aye. Thankfully, as you can see from the fact that I'm using it right here, it didn't look like it was too troublesome to make sure it would all work with 1.4 absolutely fine. So that is indeed what we are using. So obviously, once we have some like material analysis done, they do tend to do more like traditional methods of research. So there we go, prototype construction of a battery. So if we go over to power, yeah, there we go, we have a prototype. So I've not used the prototypes yet because I'm a little bit too worried about what will actually happen. Okay, there we go, material analysis of a component has finished. And we are, yeah, we were about a third of the way through battery research with that. So what we'll be able to do, I think I might make this, or part of this, into a freezer, because then we can vent it out to here. What did you just pick up? Why are you... Oh, you're just wandering. Okay. Okay, I guess that's fair. And yep, there we go. We can see they're doing, or Steroids there is doing the more traditional work speed. Research work speed? I was looking at the wrong thing when I was talking. So there we go. We could also reverse engineer a battery at location. So it's like, if we look over here at microelectronics, we have a field research and remote field research kit. I've not gotten to those yet in this mod, but that is going to potentially be very, very fascinating. Very fascinating indeed. Okay, you're just bringing in more and more steel, so let's mine that out a bit, and then let's... Oh, did not mean to cancel that out before it even started, so we can do that and then that. And then we'll do that to make it all nice and even, because I need it to be even. Okay, what is your resistance? Still... right, so 4 or 3. Okay, Neville. For the hallway of pain posted in Discord. Okay, thank you. I'll have a look at that. Probably tomorrow, just to see how it all works out. And I'll keep it in the back of my mind if I desperately need to start cheesing situations. But yeah, thank you for the information. I mean, I find it interesting to know, even if I'm not going to necessarily apply it myself. But it's always fun to see what the situations and opportunities people have created with this. Okay, right. We are, let me just have a look. Advert or ad break coming up in about 2.5 minutes. So I'm going to get up, do a bit of stretching, and probably get myself a drink just while I'm leaving all of this. The game should be set up to pause on any letter. So even if a major raid does happen, we should be notified of it and the game should automatically pause. And if not, I've got Bluetooth headphones on, so I'll hear the boom of a bad event going on anyway. So I'll get up, stretch, get myself a drink, and we'll have an ad break as well. So let me actually just put up be right back thing, props, there we go, and just make sure we have that on just to let people know. Hey, back. Did also take the opportunity to just go and get a quick snack. So the hallway of pain, a zigzag path where they have to come through in single file, completely filled with doors, and your pawns stand outside the corridor and melee diagonally into it. Using domesticated animals, you use 1x1 zones to make them stand in the right places to attack diagonally. Okay, alright. Sounds a bit like what Mr. Samuel Streamer tried to do with his cringe corridor. Yeah. If you absolutely love Rimworld content, someone on YouTube called Mr. Samuel Streamer has been doing themed Rimworld modded playthroughs for I don't even know how long, and his most recent one is apes versus zombies. So essentially, there's a theme, he builds a mod pack for it, and we go through until a undetermined completion time. Some of them are fairly interesting, like he did one for ideology when that released, and that one just completely fell to pieces. Partly because he decided to make everyone need drugs. So there were auto bongs all around the colony, and of course smoke leaf decreases your consciousness. So at least a couple of colonists died when they walked into the living room filled with smoke simply because their consciousness got too low and then they just fell over. Auto bongs, yes. Do they smoke themselves? They do indeed. So I've not investigated it myself, but I think basically so long as you keep them supplied with a source of smoke leaf, then they will automatically just keep going and producing smoke leaf vapor, and just walking through it will get colonists high. Oh no, this was a this was a different playthrough. This was his own colonists were walking through the room with like injuries and such, and because the smoke leaf reduces consciousness by like 10% or something, they hit the percentage where the game effectively says, okay, if you're under this point of consciousness, you're just dead. Not sure if he tried to create or use the autobongs to create gas rooms in another one, but he definitely tried to do something similar to it. Hello, Jazzy May. How are you doing? Hope things are going well in your area. I saw that you were potentially in the path of whatever hurricane was it that hit around Florida and the southeast. But I saw you weren't impacted that badly. So hopefully still you, your partner and your kitties are all good. Wonder if you could use autobongs in kill boxes. I think a kill box would need to be enclosed for it to be impacted, but I can't actually do it on this one until we potentially unlock some new stuff with the fluid ideology. Hurricane went right over us, but we're fine. That's good to hear. There, I have another friend who lives in Florida, and at one point the hurricane was projected to go like effectively right up the middle of Florida and right through her town, but almost at the last point it veered off, so she was not affected at all. And you missed me. Oh, well, you're here now. I'm here streaming. So hopefully it all makes up for things. And I have offered this earlier as well, but if you are not familiar with Rimworld or you'd appreciate some explanations, just pop a comment in the chat and I'll answer to the best of my knowledge, because despite effectively having 4 digit hours of playthroughs, I've not gone through every single little thing in the game. The neighbourhood next to you was evacuated. They ended up being flooded. Ouch. Oof. Were they built on like a lower gradient is the wrong word, but like, were they closer to a river? Were they on lower ground, or was it just complete coincidence that they were flooded but your neighbourhood was okay? And yeah, maybe you could leave an open door for the enemies to go through, have a pull close the door inside the base walls, put the enemies in an enclosed room. I mean, that could be fun. I'm pretty sure someone on YouTube has probably tried it all. I'm sure there's at least one person on YouTube who's tried some stuff like that. Hey, what is your resistance? 11.2. This is going to take ages. My goodness, this is going to take ages. Maybe I should move you to a nice new room, because your needs are... Yeah, maybe I should. And some people use the safe door close trick to create fire rooms for the raiders. Yeah, I can imagine that indeed. Okay, the priority is taking you to bed, which means you get moved over here. Beauty. Okay, that's going up. That's good. So furniture, probably what I want to do is pretty this up a little bit for ya. So LTS furnish. Let me see, is there a small table that I can potentially use? Nope, that's absolutely huge. Yeah, that one will do. And then we want a little stool. All with Scandinavian names, of course. But yeah, that's a mod just adding in some extra furniture. You can click and drag to put selected pawns in a line. Yeah, yes. Yes, that was part of a mod, but it's been integrated in the base game for a good amount of time, which I am so thankful for, because that is so useful. That is just so ridiculously useful. Okay, let's have a look. So poor but good. And let's actually smooth all of these ones as well. Oh, visitors. Okay, nope, you don't have anything. Hospitality is another mod I really want to get, or hope gets updated without too much issue. Because that is... So, obviously, we've got random visitors here. They don't have anything available for trade, so they're just going to hang around for a bit and then leave. But if we had hospitality, we could create it like a little hostel room for them. Or if we were rich enough, they could get like their own mini hotel rooms. They could be asked to pay money to sleep there, stay for a few days. They could be given access to our stockpiles and be told that, hey, yeah, you can buy things here. It would also increase our reputation with whatever colony they are from. And also, the last one, if you get the relationship up high enough, you could actually ask them to join your colony. So it's kind of a step around being able to get new colonists in for you. I mean, it's very autonomously designed. You don't really have to do much once you get the initial stuff set through. Good way to improve relations, yes, and a good way to also potentially get your eye on a few new future colonists. So let's see how your mood is doing. So very low expectations. Test of power, can't really do anything about that. Poor bed. Let's see if we can get a couple more built here. Because that one's good, that one's normal, that one's normal as well. Will they defend a colony during a raid? I have no idea because I don't think I've actually had guests really around when I've had a raid. I generally don't tend to either be that worried or have large enough things. How was the royalty DLC? Slightly lacking. I mean, all of the stuff about the psychos and everything was interesting to have. But in terms of things, it was almost very, like, put you in a very structured playthrough style. Because you either go with the Empire and get the psychosts from them, or you betray them and get your psychosts from somewhere else. But that generally tends to be about it, which is why I like Vanilla Psychost Expanded so much, because that just adds so much information. What is a Psychost? So if I actually do this, so let me accept that one. So Neville got enough, what's the word? Honor to become a yeoman, which is the first level. Effectively of the royalty section. Hello there, Lucas World. Only ever seen ice biome playthroughs and there's cannibals. So fun to see the lush green world. Yes, I can imagine. Oh, whoops. Apparently I clicked on try to imprison instead of start bestowing ceremony. So psychosts are basically a technological option to basically get psychic abilities. Did I already greet you? Well, it's been almost 2 hours, so you've been in my streams more than enough. You know how scatterbrained I can be sometimes. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for the lurk. Let's just speed this up because this takes a while. So each title you gain. So there we go. Receive the title of Yeoman. So to use psychic powers, Neville must build up psi focus through meditation. Title cannot be inherited. If he dies, no one will inherit. And it was a terrible bestowing ceremony because they decided to go up into the animal pen to do it for some reason. So Neville has a psychost. So what do we have? Pain block. So blocks pain pathways in the target's brain for a short time. This can allow a person to move and act even with grievous injuries which would normally incapacitate them. So it takes 2% psi focus, gives us a neural gain of 8, takes 0.25 seconds to cast and will last for 3 hours on the target. So some of the psychosts you can use when you are, or when you don't have a pawn drafted, but this one is one that you do need to have someone drafted. So psi focus, a special type of mental structuring which is necessary to use psychic focus. It deteriorates over time and must be built by regular meditation. Losing all psi focus makes someone unable to use psychic powers but has no other consequences. So if we do a schedule for here, so if we allow Neville the first 3 hours to meditate, Oh, okay. I was thinking, it's like, okay, I can't actually see that. It's like, does it even exist? Yes, it does. It's just so bloody tiny. It's spelled Psycast, Psycast. Yeah, no worries. So obviously the vanilla stuff is okay. You don't have options to choose which psychosts you get when you level up, so there's quite a few of them. It seems we've actually got some good quality beds. I'm going to deconstruct the normal ones. Then we can move one of these into here. There we go. And then we can dig this one out, move someone into this one. We could probably make this one into the prison room, because as nice as this one is, yeah, very low expectations, quite comfortable. What is the rating on this one? Mediocre, somewhat poor, cramped, neutral, but it is clean. But it is clean. A 10.1, so that seems to be going slightly better. That does seem to be going slightly better. Okay, so obviously priorities. We want this to be mined out, and probably we want to cut into this a little bit to make a nicer section for the animals to sleep at night. So we'll do that, and like so, and then we'll put an animal flap in. Unfortunately, we don't have enough fur of any animal to do any of that. Wool growth at 90%, but we still don't actually have... We don't actually have any food, really. So you know what, I'm gonna... Chrisman, you are going to be set to handle and train as an immediate priority. And hopefully that means when we actually get some more food set up. Why did you let all of these over here? Oh my goodness, they're going to... No empty... Okay, I guess we need to expand the stockpile. There we go, that's better. Okay, and now we can hopefully get all of these in. There we go, managed to pick them all up at the same time. That is not edible. We do have some heal root around. Not too much in our immediate vicinity. I don't really want to be putting them all the way. Are you? Yep, taming alpaca. Okay, so we'll have some nice alpaca wool at some point soon then. Okay, actually I'll cancel that and cancel that one. There we go, successfully tamed an alpaca, named Alpaca 2. Yeah, this is another nice thing that I enjoyed, actually, having all the animals in a designated pen area, though it can get a little annoying if because predators can still occasionally go across these and attack the animals. And honestly, we probably want to at some point see if we can actually get a moisture pump for this to get rid of it, so we actually have a bit more of this front area more manageable. Okay, and let's do that one up there, and then we could probably not X, that's the wrong button command, do those and do all of that. I'm imagining that this is just going to go straight through, so we're going to have tons of compacted steel. available to us. Okay, low food. Why did you... Hey, yeah, apparently we did eat all of those berries at once. So just creating a 1 block space there for a future freezer section. And just keep speeding up. Probably what I actually might want to do is put the freezer around here. Yeah. I'm gonna just plan that out. So if that goes over there, and then that can come down here, so then that can pretty much vent. You can probably extend it out to there. There is going to be the chance that if we have raiders turn up on the edge, they're going to make a beeline for over here. But if we have that, then we can expand up here and we can build some more structures in this section without too much worry. And then we can expand out here as well. And obviously we will have some stuff where we'll be moving things around just generally. And depending on if we go for the Arco Nexus ending, we may not even be staying here until the end of the game anyway. Just obviously depends on how it all goes. So I do find it slightly annoying when you end up with resources where you've planned to put all of your bedrooms, because it means that instead of getting some nice smooth walls, you end up with half a section of smooth wall and then the other half in whatever material you decide to build, because you can't actually grab the walls. Aha! Finally, we've got an exotic goods trader. Finally, we can actually start selling and getting some stuff. Okay, so who has the best social? 4, 1, 3. Okay, Steroid, you're up. Your responsibility. Okay, Muffalo's component, advanced component. We could get a couple of those. Could get a mega screen television. That will take up who knows how much power. They do have a couple of side trainers, neural heat dump and wall raise, and they've also got a social skill trainer. We could afford the skill trainer probably if we sold the insect jelly as well. Let's just have a look. Okay, so all of the insect jelly, and then we want social skill trainer. One advanced component is, yeah, way too much. So we'd have to sell some other stuff if we wanted that. Okay, no, I won't worry about the social skill trainer. Neural heat dump, yeah, dump all your neural heat into someone else. Form a temporary wall by skipping rubble and soil up from deep under the ground, which is a decent defensive option, but not really sure. We'll grab a telescope. That will give some different entertainment options. So that is recreation type telescope study. Okay. I think that'll be good enough. You're already taking the advanced component into storage, and there's a telescope. Okay, I think I'll put that there. So it's close enough to the front of the base that we won't have to worry about it too much. Yeah, I do love the little bags that all of these caravan animals now carry around, and you can actually have a look in them and see what they have. So plasteel obviously would have been nice. Did we have any around here, or was that on the other one? Okay, that was on my personal game, because I know one of the maps that I landed on had some plasteel just openly available. Oh. Got a ship chunk. An ancient war walker foot. There's another ship chunk. Yeah, apparently I've been missing quite a few of these. Just doing a scan around just to see how things are. All looking as I was expecting them. So yeah, we're definitely going to need to make sure that we have either a ground penetrating scanner for being able to identify and dig up underground deposits of materials, or we are going to have to think about moving to a new colony. Okay, 9.5 to 8.9, but still, I mean, okay, very low mood. So what is outdoors need? Yeah, the problem is if we could raise that up, that would probably increase his mood, but how would we actually do that without yeah, I have no idea how to do that. Obviously, this isn't the most impressive prison cell he could have. I mean, it's still pretty dang nice. It's still pretty nice comparatively for what he could have. Okay, and there's another section there that we need to just grab. Obviously, we're going to have to mine out quite a lot of all this stuff as well to get it all nice and even. Okay, another group of travellers. They're not going to be too active in anything. I say, should you be plant cutting? No, because you don't. Plant cutting is your lowest responsibility. Why are you not doing anything else? You know what? If you can't do any of that, just go and research. Apparently you're not. You're probably doing, yeah, plant sowing. There we go. Now you're researching. Now you're researching. I know he's got intellectual of 0, but honestly, in this colony, if you're not going to do anything, you're just going to research. If you've not got anything else to do, you'll research. Because as soon as we get a battery up, we can then get microelectronics, which if we save a bunch of the difficult stuff for after that, like say geothermal generators, which we do have one up here. Is that actually the nearest one we have? Yes, it is. So we'll obviously need to grab that, kind of isolate it and protect it in some manner. But as soon as we have that and batteries done, that is going to just be effectively limitless power for our colony, which will be nice and fun when we are able to do it. Which, speaking of, let me just do home zone. We need to just add these little bits in and make sure those are going to be completed as well. Yeah, let's just finish that one up as well. Okay, so we do have a couple of festivals available. 70%. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's have a small festival. Advent of Ideology. So everyone brings up some bits of wood to create a sky lantern, and fingers crossed, it's actually going to be halfway decent. Should be building those. Okay, that's going to take a bit of a while to progress, so I'm just going to go here and gameplay, storyteller settings. So we are on Strive to Survive. So we're on 4 out of 6. I don't really want to put it up to Blood and Dust, but Randy has not been sending us anything. He has not been sending us anything, which is making me feel really, really nervous. Seriously, really, really nervous. Because usually by now, I would have expected at least a couple of, not necessarily mega raids, but some decent sized raids, a few other events and such, but we have just had, that was not what I wanted that. That is what we've had in 12 days. I mean, okay, our colony wealth has gone from 14,000 to 18,000, but still, there go the nice sky lanterns. I do love how those look. Those are so pretty. Those are so pretty. Okay. That should be done soon enough, and fingers crossed we'll get a point towards developing our ideology a bit more. And if we're really lucky, it might even be 2. Let's just keep an eye out on that. Ends in 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful! There we go. Due to the quality of the ritual, your development points have increased by 1. So we've now got 2 points out of the 10 we need to reform and add some stuff to our ideology. So this means we'll be able to add in a new meme, we'll be able to adjust any precepts that we want, maybe even add in a new role. So we'll have to see how that plan pans out. Yeah, really, really do not want to up the difficulty just in case we get completely slaughtered, because that would not be a nice thing to happen. I really do not want that to happen. Just doing a bit of a stretch. There we go. Okay, right. Let's get back in and just see what's happening. Okay, obviously we need to put a bit of a wall back there. Trade caravan is leaving, and we got, ooh, a couple of gifts. A blue fur shade cone and a wooden war mask. Thank you, and I do mean that genuinely, but I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do with those other than just trading them out. The 8.9. So pretty but trigger happy, so you would be good with a potentially a fast firing gun, because you already have a reduction in shooting or aiming time, and then adding on to that with a fast shooting gun would be even better, because you'd get even more potential shots per minute. But whether that's actually going to happen and be successful or not is another matter. You are using the telescope. Okay, good. Okay, initial hope. +2. I'm getting used to this, but it's still an exciting new situation. I hope this works out. So, moderate expectations. Very low. Moderate expectations being fulfilled. So, soaking wet. Is that because they keep on just walking through that, or is it something else? Oh, either way, if it is that, we could probably do a little bit of bridge building, at least for the time being, just so we have that as an interim measure. We've still got one more alpaca we need to try and tame. Let's see, how is the wool growth doing? 5.7. So we should have, unless it's just completely deteriorated somewhere, we should have some alpaca wool, but it doesn't look like it, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm just going to deconstruct that glow pod because that will actually give us a couple more spaces. Oh, geez. We've seriously got more steel here than we know what to deal with. We're seriously going to have more steel here than we know what to deal with. Hello there, Parsin. Am I turning raiders into nutrient paste? Not yet. We've only had one raider, and this is him. We've only had one raider, and this is him. Okay, apparently we are risking starvation here, so I'm going to cancel that. Let's make sure we cancel that. Do I have the DLCs? Yes, I do. And I am planning on getting the biotech mod? The biotech DLC when it releases. So yes, I have royalty, as evidenced by the fact that we have someone here with psychast abilities, and we have ideology. So when I start a game, I do tend to go for a fluid ideology. So this is what we've started with. We are collectivist. And honestly, most of this is just kind of generic stuff. So very fast research, drug use, medical only, execution, respected if guilty, clothing requirements, cannibalism is abhorrent, corpse is ugly, diversity of thought is neutral, physical love is spouse only. So we're going to be warming up and getting points to adjust our ideology as we go. And probably I'm going to be at least partially following kind of what happens in the colony and seeing what organically emerges. Parsin, you're waiting for it as well. Break all your hundreds of medical mods. I know. The good news is that 1.4 is on the beta branch, which is what I'm playing right now. So modders do have a good amount of time to have a look at things and figure out how, when, and what to change in their mods to accept it all for version 1.4. And I'm hoping, I'm not a modder myself, but I'm hoping that at least some of the core structures and such have been included in the 1.4 beta, so when the DLC releases, people aren't going to be working 100% from scratch. So my main thinking is, how are things like babies and children's school and learning going to be affected by the actual inclusion of babies? That is the main thing that I've been thinking about, and was having a discussion earlier with Blue Cornflower and such about the inclusion of babies, and I'm saying that either I think there's going to be an option and a toggle from the start, or it's going to be added in / there's going to be mods that completely block it out, because I know quite a lot of people are probably going to want to be interested in the genetic modding and the mechanical stuff as well. Not necessarily the babies and children raising so much. But I will be interested to see how quickly the children will actually grow up in Rimworld. Because I honestly, even by default, I can't overly see children needing the whole 18 years to become an adult, because how many people have kept a colony going for 18 years? Certainly not me. Will babies have a learning modifier? Not sure if you mean that in terms of like, will they pick up skills quickly, but let me actually just go to the page on it, because there was an announcement. Okay, right, here we go. So babies will grow up fast, so it does indicate that there's going to be some kind of sped up aging, especially if you use a growth fat, which means you can probably maybe potentially even clone your colonists, put them in a growth vat, and within, say, an in-game month, you have a fresh from the box 18 years old with basically no skills that you can put out on the front line to defend the colony. So soon your child will be walking, talking, and getting into trouble. They'll soak up knowledge in the classroom and tag along with adults to watch them work. Kids may find ways to entertain themselves with art, exploring nature, playing with technology, and more. Teach them lessons and they'll learn how to survive, cook, make friends, create art, build, craft, hunt, and fight. A rich childhood makes a capable adult. Every few years, you choose which traits and passions a child will develop. The better raised a child is with smarter education and more attention, the more choices you'll have. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to bash the microphone there. So, at least from my understanding, is that they will have a baseline learning rate which will, as with their aging, probably be a lot faster than your adult colonists. Even simply because if you're raising a kid, you're probably going to be aiming for kind of probably about this level where they've got like not quite double digits in skills, but better than basically just being like 1 or 2 across the board. And obviously, if you're going to take time and invest in a child, you're going to want to make sure that they have some semi-decent skills. Plus, you could probably also have a look at patching up any weaknesses in your own colony. So are you... Okay, no, we're not getting complaints about people getting wet. So hopefully it was just the fact that they were walking through this marsh. Hopefully. Okay, we want to reinstall that there. Seeing as that has now finished being dug out. So yeah, and also the fact that you'll be able to potentially guide the traits and passions of a child will be fascinating. I think that's probably going to be one area where like pregnancy and children mods will still have a path, because at least the one that I use allows you to like do random traits and passions from the parents rather than being able to specifically pick them yourselves. You're planning on building a special colony section for children, silver or plastic flooring and walls to keep them inside, and ideologically indoctrinate them unless they will rebel. I'll call that colony Do Paul's Dream of Electric Buffalo. Okay. If you do that, I'll pass in. You have to put some pictures up on the Discord. Please, you have to put some pictures up on the Discord if you do that. Then... Oh, though speaking of kind of keeping them in a sealed environment, I do wonder if you're actually going to be able to have children as slaves, / whether slaves themselves can have children, and if those children will automatically be slaves themselves. I should probably stop talking about this before I get a strike on my account. It's a game. Please, Twitch employees, it's a game. I despise slavery in real life. Okay, I despise slavery in real life. I'm just talking about a game. And of course you will put posts up. Okay, good. Okay, so how is everyone doing? 62. Oh, we've got one here, 65%. So that's coming along nicely. So we do have a good chunk. So I could actually probably change this over. So this is rice. So a small but fast growing section. And then this is like corn and heel root. Do I actually have someone with 8 implants? Not yet. Not yet, but you do have some. And yeah, I'm so glad I gave you psychically hypersensitive, the psi focus. Okay, I know my quests are not broken, but I'm really not getting many. Oh, you know what? I'm going to risk it. Gameplay, storyteller, blood and dust. If this all falls to pieces in the next 15 minutes... If this all falls apart in the next 15 minutes, I know exactly what to change. Menacing music and JoJo symbol around Twitch logo. Yes. Yes. It's like, it's a video game. Honest. Okay, right, so if this is going to be the freezer, cut out a couple of sections. Oh. Okay. So this is another mod, various space chunk pieces. So green ship chunk, I think, gives you the basic resources. I cannot remember what a black ship chunk gives you. Steel, uranium and components. There we go. And then this one, steel and components. And someone's got the flu. Okay, I guess we need to do some animal sleeping spots then. And at least make sure a couple of them are set to medical. Usually animals are not bad. I don't have any mods which allow for contagion. I don't have any mods which allow for contagion of illnesses. My goodness, that was a difficult game when I had that one, when I was trying that. Because obviously... once you had a spaceship crash right in the middle of your colony. It could have been fine, but your colony was at the final percent of charging your own spaceship. Ouch! How much did that set you back? How much did that set you back? Oof. It broke... Oh no! Oh! Oh! So essentially you had to start again. You had to essentially start again. Oh my goodness. I cannot imagine how frustrating that must have been. I cannot imagine. It's like, why do you not like being... You're the right ideology, so why do you still have that -2 of being led by a Justicar? Or is it because you are ideology, but you're still part of the other... That must be it. Took full charging time, some new buildings and repairings. Oof. Yeah, I can just envision he's like sitting there and he's like 93%, 94%, 95%, space junk right in the middle, and you have to start again. Makes for a nice story, but would have been incredibly frustrating at the time it happened. Okay, so flu. Immunity 7.8%. Whereas the disease itself 6.7, 6.8%. Oh, and he's got a bad back at the age of 10. Oh, poor thing. What's the 15. So only 2/3 through his average life expectancy, and he's already got a bad back. Oof, that's not good for him. Any other wildlife? I think we're probably okay without taming that last alpaca. Let's do some hare hunting. So we're going to need to have at least some of those. How are we doing on the battery? 336 out of 400. Not bad. We're getting there. So where am I going to put that then? I think it's probably going to be a good idea to like put the generator here and then kind of build up this section here with some batteries. Yeah, that's probably going to be the best option. So if I start mining or setting those to be mined. I say, where's all the food going? But it's just being dropped down on the floor. Yeah, definitely going to need to make sure we have a decent fridge in a moment. So we'll cancel that one. And then we could potentially make that. Yeah. We'll make this into the airlock. Because then we can have... Okay, there's not quite enough space there. It was frustrating, but our dwarvish god Gesund Tiris Toslan and its prophet Tarn Adams learn us that dying is funny. Yeah. Or in the age-old wisdom of Dwarf Fortress, losing is fun. Yeah, I'm actually going to change my mind on all of this and I'm going to move it one bit over. So we're going to have that, and then that's going to be there, and then these bits are going to be the door, because then we can put the cooking, the stove. No, I was gonna say I don't want to build copy. No, I don't want to reinstall it either, because what I'm going to want to do is temperature. Put a cooler here. We're going to have to run wires through. Yeah, a few areas. So let's do that, and then that is going to need to go there. And yes, if we can smooth all of these, that's going to take a while. Or if we smooth these, that's probably going to be the faster option. And then that and that. That's going to be going in the middle and then up and down. Why don't I build a wall between the storage and kitchen? Because I'm mostly just getting started here. I'm starting to lay things out. So I'm going to be putting the stove up here. This is going to be our fridge. I'm going to move all of this to a new storage area. This was sectioning off this area, which was the former prison, from the stockpile, but then I moved the prisoner into here, so I'm still going to keep this because this is going to be eventually our dining area and our like kind of small ritual room, at least for the moment. And I'm going to be moving everything around and readjusting it and setting everything up. At least shortly, anyway. Okay, I'm just going to dig that one out just to make it nice and even. So power, wood-fired generator, so one. Yeah, so if I do that. What's the most frustrating thing for you in Rimworld? Interesting. The thing is, the things I can really think about are kind of my own fault. like for instance, if I'd say like an overpowered raid, but then that's on me for not having the correct defensive capabilities, not been researching and upgrading weapons and such. Oh, thank you, Ollie. Thankfully, he just minimized the game. Thankfully, he just minimized the game. And then the other thing I can think of is obviously being given or sent another raid while you're still recovering from the first one is also an aggravation to me. But again, kind of my own problem or my own fault in a way. If I'd done better for the first raid, then I wouldn't be having the issue so much with the second one and all of that good stuff. Okay, so we wanted to smooth all of those. Okay, we're not going to be able to smooth that one, I don't think, unless we mine that one out and then rebuild it. Oh, there we go. We have another raid of one person who is apparently just going to wait around for a bit. Okay, so I really need to remember who are the two people that have the guns. It's you two. Okay. 24%. Oh, what's your hit chance? 7.8%. Okay, so statistically, we are 3 times as likely to hit. But statistics can mean absolutely sod all in Rimworld. How well is that faring? 93%. Okay, there we go. We got 1 hit off. So left lung has been destroyed. You're an undergrounder and incapable of dumb labour. Okay, so yeah, we probably don't really want to bother with you anyway. Okay, I know there's an ad break on, so passing, I'll just wait for that. Just in case you're getting adverts. Don't want to explain or don't want to read that out and discuss when potentially you may not hear it anyway. Okay, so death in 22 hours. We've not been touched yet. Okay, where is your... Okay, so you could shoot. You have 6.7% chance. Just trying to figure out where to put you. Potentially. So for you, it's a combination of pawns with chemical traits and little inconspicuous drops of psychite at the opposite end of the map. Ah, yes. Yes, those things. Just taking a moment to figure out, do I want to actually just sacrifice this person? Because we're going to need to patch him up at least a little bit. Tend him without medicine. You're not the one who's good at medicine. You are. So tend, and you will just go back. Yeah, chemical traits, yes. That, yes. I forgot about that because I almost never have pawns with a chemical interest trait in my colony because I just find the incessant need for something just absolutely frustrating to no end. It's like, it's okay if you start up and you're able to have a few drugs and such, which is hopefully where the 1.4 update will help, because it does mean that some of the colonists will actually have drugs on them. Okay, for best quality, start the public execution at an altar and an ideogram. Okay, so we're actually going to need to be doing some stuff then. Prioritize moving that. And then that is an animal sleeping spot. We'll get rid of that because no one is there. Okay, ideology. Okay, so lectern. Yeah, let's put that there and then come back and prioritize working on that one. So what do we have about execution is respected if guilty? And we want the ritual spot. Not conversion ritual. I swear that is... Oh, there's an altar. Right, so that's completely the wrong thing. That's completely the wrong thing then. Ah. Okay, never mind me. Hey, at this rate, he's not going to be considered guilty by the time we get all this set up. He's not going to be considered... Oh, no, 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 no. Wait, does that actually consume that? I have no idea. I know that some players like to exploit it and have a giant colony full of raving drug addicts, but I consider it more ethically unacceptable. Of course you do. Of course. Okay, there we go. That's probably going to be better. Okay, are you still considered... Okay, expires in 19 hours. Okay, that's fine. Expires in 19 hours, so we're going to have time, okay? A wild passing spawns. Indeed he does. So we've had a second raid of one person and we're just building an altar so that we can sacrifice him. Not a pass-in, I must say. Not a pass-in. The raider that turned up, that is functionally useless to us because he's incapable of... what is it? Dumb labour? Yeah. So mining 12, which is okay, but he's also an undergrounder, so he's going to be complaining about everything. There we go. Tempered raging and passing appearing. Okay, begin public execution. Okay, 45%. We've only got... Okay, production. We'll put an electric stove up here. And then we can remove that, and then we can change this up a little bit. So obviously I want to copy that and then paste it in. And copy this and paste that in. I would say don't waste your master ball on a shiny, but it does depend on what shiny it is. Hey, a vagabond. A tree and another desperate refugee are approaching. They claim to have lost their home in a recent attack. I want to stay here for 10 days so they can rest and regroup. Yes. Okay, let's have a look to see how good either of you are. Incapable of intellectual crafting, an undergrounder. Good at mining. Pessimist, so you're going to have a negative mood penalty. Decent at social, incapable of firefighting. Thank goodness you are not a pyromaniac. Okay, so schedule, we will just put you on a standard one. And then we'll just make you... Okay, so you are a good potential warden. Construction. You're good at that. Harvest. You there. Mining, drilling, plant cutting. Yeah, let's just do that. Shiny's special monster part in Monster Hunter. Don't know about Rise, but in Generations it was a very important mechanic. In World they aren't so necessary, but may help. Yeah, most I know of Shinies is from Pokemon. And I was going to say, the flu again. Hey, you haven't even recovered from that yet. I guess we need another couple of medical beds then. Hey. So yeah, I know Shinies from Pokemon, and obviously the most that I'm aware of as well. Okay, so we'll just leave that for the moment. Is that in Generation 8, you have a Pokemon called Sinistea, and there is a 1% chance that you will actually have... Oh, I don't care about that. He's going to die in a minute anyway. Is that... Or essentially, it's a ghost Pokemon that decides to inhabit a teacup or a teapot, and there is a 1% chance that it occupies what's considered a genuine teacup, like an actual, like, official and not a phony one, obviously based on like historical creation of China, dinnerware and such, and having the authenticity stamp versus copies that were made decades or potentially hundreds later. And so, of course, a 1% chance of it being genuine combined with the percentage chance of it being a shiny, which base chance is like 8,000, goes down to 4,000. You can get it down to like 1 in 300 or so with some clever things, but it's still a massive time sink, and doubly so if you want to get that genuine stamp. The feeling of farming a 3% frequency drop, which you can get with only a single type of monster in a single area at night, only during a short time when it drinks from a river. Yes! Oh boy. Oh, at least with Monster Hunter World having multiplayer, you can at least get some people in to help you, even if the... Not sure if the monster HP or damage output scales, but yeah, I can imagine. Okay, who's got a major break risk? Steroid. Why? Out without table, awful bedroom, drowsy, intense pain, because of food poisoning. You'll live. You'll live. Honestly, if you're able to keep water down, you are fine. If you can keep water down, you are fine. Okay, no, I wanted you to clean this, please. Because I want to actually do that sacrifice. Public execution. Prisoner, okay, yeah, guilty expires. Okay, I just want to make sure. No, not you. There we go. Okay, so if we get a spectacular one... Okay, public execution has begun. Why? Yeah, 2 streams were the first time in your life you really played with someone and it ended up being Monster Hunter. I can imagine, yes. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Development points changed from 2 to 3, executed someone. And we have a satisfying one. So no development points, but everyone participating in the ritual gains +6 mood for 6 days. Which will definitely help things. Okay, so where are we going to dump this now? Because one of the new things added is corpse rot and corpse stink. So don't want chunks there, and we want only human-like but not colonist corpses or slave corpses in case we have slaves. There we go. Okay, so this is now going to be all cleaned up. The joy a gamer can experience from finally finding someone to enjoy the same games together is indescribable. Yes. Yes. So it was Toxicite who popped in when I was doing a Crusader Kings 3 stream, and we ended up getting talking about The World Ends With You, and I basically went like, okay, I don't care if you're going to be the only person watching who can fully understand the excitement of this, but I am going to stream this game, even if it's solely for the pure enjoyment of you. But even then, some other people did enjoy it as well, which was always nice. And yeah, I have been thinking about maybe getting Monster Hunter World onto the channel and seeing if I can do some like co-op and collaboration with people, because I played it when I worked as a game tester back in 2017. Then I got it when it came out on PC, and I played it for a little bit, and then that was probably about it. I never got the expansion. I never had a look at all of that, so I need to really probably get back into the habit of it, and probably going to be starting from the beginning as well. Varsin, you know only 3 things about Twui. I like it, Chiu likes it, and it's cursed by the Tetsuya Nomura curse. Yes. So I have no idea if this is 100% true, but The World Ends With You was released in 2007, and I remember hearing something a few years later saying it's like, oh yeah, we'll work on a sequel to Twui when Kingdom Hearts 3 is released. So we get Kingdom Hearts 3 released, and I kind of go, okay. Then we get the original ported to Switch, and I just go, oh cool, great. I get to play the game on a more modern console rather than on a DS. That's nice. Then we get an anime adaptation of the game, and I go, why would they do an anime adaptation so late? Why would they do it now and not like 10 years ago? So I had my suspicions. My suspicions were pretty high. And then we got the announcement of a sequel, and it was very much yeah, called it. And hey, we're passing. The first game had a protagonist with red spiky hair and blue eyes. The second game was, okay, blonde, spiky-ish hair. Okay, now I'm going. I can't remember if Window has blue eyes or not. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, I think Window has brown eyes. It's Fret that has the bluish purple eyes. Oh gosh, I call myself a fan and I can't even remember the eye colours of one of the characters. But regardless, I'm still glad we got a sequel to it, and the fact that Chiu likes it. Yes! Oh gosh. The first time I raided Chiu after she put in some new raid responses, and I just heard Minamimoto with his 07734 and Coco with her ew. I just went, that's from the Overworld Ends With You. You're a fan. Please tell me you're a fan. I was just like, yes. We are eternal friends now. You cannot escape it. We are eternal friends. Kingdom Hearts protagonist cursed. I would imagine pretty much yes. So we did get a tiny scrap of not information, but Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance on the 3DS. We had Neku and Shiki appear in that one for a little bit. And it's just everyone was going, it's like, when are we going to get the sequel? When are we going to get the sequel? Hey, you're meditating. Does that mean... Okay, no. No, I should have seen this on their bios when I had a look at them. Okay. You're 19 years old and you are grey as anything. Okay, I thought you were like 50. And just think, Cloud, Tidus, Kingdom Hearts, and then Tui. Yeah. I mean, is it that bad for people to have a particular character type, honestly? Is it that bad? Okay, conversion ritual. Okay, I'll put that there and see how that goes. Okay, 3.5, and we've got a mad hare. Okay. Oh yeah, I know what you mean, a passing. It's just a meme. Okay, you have a shiv. Probably don't. You want to run? Yes. Why are you running? You should be attacking. Okay, there we go. Nice and easy. There we go. And yeah, tropes or archetypes are neither good nor bad by themselves. True, I mean, you can get tropes and archetypes which are just massively overused, and it's difficult to do them in an interesting or unique way. But yeah, I am definitely in agreement. Tropes are not a bad thing. No, we don't want to use the good medicine on him. Thank you. Probably not you either. Oh, you got wake up addiction. Okay, good. You did bring some wake up with you. You're not going to be complaining about that. Common now to make attempts to avoid an archetypal personality. Characters with no personality at all nowadays. I mean, I won't necessarily agree or disagree with that because I don't have like enough personal thoughts and knowledge on that. But I can understand, especially when it's like wanting to try and avoid certain stereotypes and such, so you end up trying to tread so carefully and avoid any misconceptions that, yeah, you just end up with kind of a not a blank slate, but a like every person personality. It's like, yeah, this could be pretty much anyone. There's nothing particularly special, unique, or there's going to be a third word I was going to put in there. There's going to be a third word in there with unique and... The stone on the research table looks like a paperweight. I mean, yeah, that is true. So let me have a look to see. So the advanced component, will that actually get used up in the research? I don't think it does. So reverse engineering. Okay, we'll collapse all of those and just keep the material studies open. So that will hopefully give us some more information. So yeah, studies of viability of possible raw materials used in construction or production. So that might actually take us up to the 900. What's going to happen when that gets to 900? I have absolutely no idea. I have absolutely no idea. That might unlock new options for us. Yeah, there we go. Category finished, nothing more to learn. Okay, so there's 7 options there, and you need to research 5 of them to complete it. Ollie, you've still got 10 minutes to go until your dinner time. Ollie's being a bit of a rascal. The Boast Redeem, that's mainly because not blue cornflower, I am not a bot was just gaining so many channel points that I added that in basically just as a method of getting rid of your points. So it does nothing other than go, hey, I've watched you enough to waste 5,000 points on this redeem. Found the Tetsuya Nomura meme about him deciding on a character design. No, I'm not familiar with that video myself. Or at least if I have, it's been such a long time that I've forgotten about it. Yeah, there you go. Passing Boast costs you 5,000 points. You get a little bit of notice from me about it, and that is it. Why do we have so many people just not with anything to do? Okay, I guess we've hunted all of those that we can. Oh well, I might as well add some more ones there. Favourite is Toho for the wrong summer. Okay, you're probably going to have to give me a link in the Discord or something for that, because... Oh, that one's actually ready. Hey, let's actually set up a proper food stockpile then. Oh, okay, apparently there's another little one there that we need. So clear all of that. We want animal corpses. Do not want that. Do not want rotten. So raw foods. Meals, might as well chuck all of those in there. And herbal medicine, because that is going to deteriorate. Where can you smuggle that YouTube link to? You should be able to whisper it to me on Discord. Whisper it to me on Twitch, rather. Which channel is fine? General video games. Or you can whisper it to me on Twitch, and I'll check that out later. I don't overly mind. So yeah, general video games should be fine. There's already been a few things popped in there today anyway. But obviously I won't be able to look at it until after the stream, which is probably, as much as I want to keep going, it's probably just going to be oh my goodness, look at all those corpses. Okay, wow. Missing body parts 41. Okay, someone's been nibbling on that one. Okay, for one day, less than a day, so someone really jumped on that one. Oh, there go the batteries. We're fine. We're fine. I do need to make sure. Okay, yeah, that is still large enough to cover that area then. And we also need to make a little butcher spot, which I might put here. I might dig this out and put it there. Okay, yep, got that. I can see that message from you. So I'll have a look later then. Immunity 41, 43 versus 35, and you've developed immunity. Okay, so you're pregnant, late stage. You are not. Okay. By the way, maybe you can give me some advice. Probably the only correct response is get the grammar book, but I hope there's some other way. Yep, sure, go for it. Okay, aha, and it does look like the research thing does not take up the does not use up the material. So what do we have here? Prototype. So gather construction experience. I'm not really sure what that specifically does. Reverse engineer. I can imagine what that does is like deconstruct it. Tooling, machining, field smithy, and electric smithy. So we only need 2 of those. So probably the machining table and the electric smithy. And then prototyping. Once again, 900. So do we actually have some prototype? Yeah, we could do a prototype high-tech research bench. And apparently we can't do the other one, furniture. Basically, I'm just looking through here and trying to see if there's any stuff which says prototype, like those. Okay, orders mine out. Yeah, that's going to have to be good enough for that one. Okay, so let me just check on a few things. That's fine. What is your resistance? 3.2. Okay, so it does say we have low food. Who is our main chef is you. And then if you're not doing anything, I guess you can also cook and butcher. And probably also change all of these as well. And then add some cleaning for that one. Research level 3, 2, 1, and I know that's not overly efficient. You're incapable of intellectual. You've only got 3 and not even a passion for it. 2.9. Why are you still in a bad mood? Serious pain, badly malnourished. Prison cell isn't awful. Hey. There we go, that's better. We're actually getting some foods. Okay, and that is in a valid area. Okay, I need to probably change you. So simple. And then make sure no corpses, no rotten, no human meat, no insect meat, no corpses, plants, raw resources, hay kibble, no raw food with the exception of vegetarian berries. There we go. Okay. That was a long list of things, but hopefully now it means you'll cook meals instead. Yes, okay. So apparently the animals are being fed the meals. That might be where they're all going. That might explain a few things. Yeah, it should be, yeah, nutrition growth 1.97 versus consumption of 1.32. Oh, well, anyway, we're going to do that. and then set that to dandelions, because that is only 0.5 nutrition, 0.05 nutrition less than hay grass, but it grows so much quicker. It grows so much quicker. Seems we've got 5 people. I probably want to increase that. And then pause when satisfied, unpause at... Yep, 5 should be fine. So you're working on some interactive literature. The basics, the draft version is in Russian, but you'd like to translate it to English. Can't really translate your Russian text, only Russian thoughts. But in that case, you'll completely lose the original way with words. And some grammar or semantic mistakes can correct some of them, but not all. Is it possible to learn that power? Not from a grammar book. How to translate? Oh, okay. That is obviously a difficult thing because, like, at least for me, if you gave me some text and asked me to edit it, and I come back with changes, and you ask why, some of it I'm just going to say is, like, I don't know, that's just how it is, because I never really learnt the ins and outs and intricacies of just why it does it this way instead of the other. Oh, I didn't notice we actually have some uranium from somewhere. Oh, that's probably from one of the ship chunks. So I don't have any advice straight out for you, unfortunately. The only thing I can really say is probably the standard advice when it comes to writing and doing any other creative endeavour, which is honestly to just practice, 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 get feedback, see if anyone has any thoughts on how to do things better. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have like a clear answer for you. It might honestly just be a matter of practicing, obviously getting down your thoughts in Russian, translating it. Yeah, implicit learning, yes. Yeah, because you learn that it's done this way or this other way, but you don't understand why, which is one of the things that I was trying to learn myself for obviously like editing processes and such. And even then, it's quite complex. But I'll be willing to, obviously, if you have things translated into English, I'd be willing to go over it with you and see what changes and advice I can give. And if you think that would help, then let me know. Because obviously in the Discord there is a writing help channel. It is a writing help channel. I think you should be... Yes, because you did comment on it. You did comment there, so you do have access to the writing section of the Discord. So feel free to pop in there and ask a few things if you want to, because that's why it's there. That's why the art channel is also there. I'm not an expert in anything by any means, but if I can give any kind of advice, I will. Yeah, that may not have been the answer you were looking for, but it's unfortunately the only answer I can really give you. But yeah, feel free to pop in and ask. Production. Which table? Okay, yep, that's going to fit in. Fine. Actually, I probably don't need those extra sections there. Basic solution, just do it as you can, dump the results somewhere where someone can estimate it. At least given my knowledge and skill on it, yes. If you can find someone who like also knows or has Russian as a second language, that could be, and obviously English as a first language, that could be useful. But the odds of that are, I'm not going to say minuscule because it's not, but it may be a bit more difficult to find someone. And Lucas World, do you admire people who can switch their language really fast? Yes. I mean, well, I admire people who can speak more than one language full stop, because I cannot do it. Hello there, I am not a bot. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? Yeah, I took like 5 years of German. I managed to scrape by with a C, mainly because my reading and what's the word? Audible version, like the audible one where you listen, were okay. My writing and speaking were, well, my writing was okay. My speaking was pretty terrible because I could not remember anything. Happens a lot. You accidentally switch back to German because German phrases pop up faster than English. Yeah. I mean, okay, it's partly probably because of the way that my brain works. But I do tend to lose my thoughts. I try and figure out what I'm trying to say, and I just completely forget it. Half the time I do what some multilingual people do and kind of goes like, okay, what's this word? It's like this, but it's not that, but it's similar enough. Oh, and I've just noticed I probably need to go and feed my cat because he did squeak at me almost 20 minutes ago and I told him dinner was in 10 minutes. So I need to go and do that quickly. So let me just pop that on and I'll go and get him his supper. After I close down Blender after accidentally opening it up. You saw articles that admire people who explain words in a different language. Looks more like those are accidents. How do you mean? Obviously, you can write up what you're meaning on there while I'm just quickly popping by and getting my cat his dinner. Hey. Okay, right. So her parts in view. Main thing is just writing text, which for the beginning may convey the meaning even without additional connotations, and is fine or at least not unpleasant to read. Yes. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, don't worry, I got that. I got that. I was just settling in because obviously you had quite a few comments come through, and I just wanted to make sure that I had the right one. Uh, when you were at school, you were learning German and English, so you could often forget the Russian word. Now you're learning English and Hebrew, and it's happening again. Spent 10 minutes trying to recall the Russian word for jester. I mean, like I say, that happens to me, and I only know one language. Oh, okay, didn't necessarily need that one then. And you are patching yourself up. Okay, just a bruise, though malnutrition trivial. So we do have some food, so let me actually just have a look. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, everyone's fine. It's just Christman needed a bit more food. Okay, Vector is cooking some stuff up. Okay, that is fine. So we are going to want to move this. Let me just plan things out. So if we have kind of this section here, this is going to be risky because it will put the stockpile like right by where some raiders could potentially spawn in. If we do that, then we can do that and that there. Then these will obviously still be all the walls. We can cut down into here some more. Yeah, I think we'll do that. And then I think after that we'll be... At least we'll get this started. And then we can make this into our stockpile. We can add a few new things. Let's smooth that down. Okay, so this is going by very, very speedily, seeing as we do have one or two new good miners, which is always nice to have. Okay, right, we are going to have to mine into some of these sections then. These obviously do still have some steel there. Yeah, go ahead and make a clip. As long as it's not going to be anything too embarrassing. Okay, that all looks good. And then we'll just come in here and mine all of that lovely, lovely goodness. Mine all of that lovely goodness. So that's 14 meals we got there. 5 meat. Wildlife. Do we have... I was going to say, oh, we've got chinchillas. They're both male. Oh well. Might as well tame them anyway. Raccoons. Awkward clip, let's go. No, don't make it awkward. Please don't make it too awkward. Obviously, we've got donkeys, so we could honestly just come through and cut all of you down, and you two as well. You're still busy repairing your PC, so I'm safe. For now, from the sounds of it. That's safe for now, Lucas World. Oh, quest active, ship to the stars. Fair enough. How is our colony worth looking? 23,000. So it's still pretty minor, all things considered, which is a surprise. Maybe it's honestly just because we don't have that much, just in terms of items and wealth. Maybe it's just because of that. Oh well. At least we're getting together a bunch of animals, getting slaughtered. Yeah, okay, so when this... So, no sewing. No sewing. So when this is ready, I'm going to flip them over. So we have this one as a fast-growing rice section, and then this we're going to have as our corn and heel root section. And those should both give us... Why are you just standing in the freezer? I don't know. Rimworld pawns sometimes. Okay, we need those two done as well because there's still some steel there. And then we want that cleared out. Just making sure that should be good enough. We should not have an issue in terms of needing to make sure that we have okay, so yeah, so that will go across there and then okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, prisoners resistance has been broken. Recruit attempts will begin. Oh, forgot to leave a section for a door. Whoops. Forgot to leave a section for a door. Okay, so if I start moving that over then, and we do want to allow... no, we don't want human corpses, but we do want chunks. We don't want any food. Or resources. Not plant matter. Herbal medicine. And... resources, there we go. There's plant matter back in there. Okay, so obviously quite a lot of this stuff is going to need to be moved in here. We're going to need to build a stone cutting bench at some place. That's going to need to be moved up. So where can that go? That can technically go there, right in the middle. And then if we move this, trying to figure out where would be best. So ideally I'd want to section that off so we could do that and cut that, and then we can do another room like this so that it's in its own section. So it's in its own section, and then we have the butcher area here, which will take up. If that gets dirty, it doesn't matter because it's just being butchered. And then here we can move this down, put some sterile tiles down. Okay, I definitely need to wrap up soon because apparently I am having trouble speaking. Some sterile tiles down here. So then that will be a nice and clean area. And obviously we're going to need a table of some sort somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna wait for that, move that up, make a room, tile it. I'm gonna have to see what is the best one to use that is not sterile materials because we don't have that. Okay, obviously not wood. Paved is... okay, 80 and 100. Okay, Okay, this is probably when it's all going to be like the same. Okay. 100, 100. So obviously we want something that has a lower filth multiplier, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get that. No, okay. So honestly, probably wood is just going to be the best one for the immediate future, because even though that still has 100% filth rate, it also has 100% cleaning rate, so it's going to be quicker to clean. Which also means we're going to have to add this into our cleaning zone as well. We want to make sure things are nice and freshly done. Okay, you should be recruitable on the next interaction. Then we can flip this into your room and then figure out what we are going to do where we get a prisoner next time. I just want to check. Okay, steel knife and a steel club. Even if they do decide to rebel against us, I don't think it's going to impact us too much. There we go, new recruit. Yay! So that is now for colonists, and that is for you. And then that means we can start mining all of this out and replace it with wood. Okay, last little bit for this up here. And there we go, just installed it straight across. Okay, door, wall, and wall. And as I said, we need just a standard wooden floor for that one. So it's going to be slightly annoying because that's going to be like 4 or 3 doors to go through. I'm just going to change this up so it mirrors this more. We have that, and that there, and then we have the door. And then that gets deconstructed. There we go. That there should be a nice, efficient little kitchen freezer stockpile zone. I have no idea who that was that had the big major break risk, because it just disappeared as soon as I looked at it. Alpaca 3 is pregnant once again, and we are almost done with the majority of mining in these 2 areas, which is nice to see. So that means we can move this over here, and we can put the lectern over here as well. Obviously, like I said, move that one up. Reinstall that down here. Oh, no, I didn't want to build a copy. Sorry, no, I meant to reinstall. And then this can be reinstalled there. And then we've got a bit of space down here. We can add some things in, and let me just see. So art bench. We've got a tailor bench as well we could do somewhere. Fortunately, I don't think we have anything that's really 2 tiles. Unless we obviously want to attach some additional research materials, which I don't think is available here. I think that's a mod. Miscellaneous, we could put an orbital trade beacon in here. And that would, if we put it there, would actually cover everything. And then we can put a comms console. I guess that's going to have to be there. So these are prototypes. And a ship's landing beacon. So these are going to be prototypes based on the research mod. So I have no idea how they're going to necessarily look. Either way, we should have plenty of space to expand. If nothing else, we can make kind of like move this around, and we can make more of a walkway around here. We can go through this and change it so that we have the bedrooms kind of moving across here and all of that. Okay, does no one have a good enough construction? Oh, there we go. Thank you. I was going to say, does no one have a good enough construction thing? We'll move you down 4, but we want to put you up as a high as a nurse, because obviously you'll be not that great in terms of being an actual doctor, but in terms of nurse, like cleaning patients, feeding them, cheering them up, you don't need medical skill for that. Okay, beacon is unusable. Oh, that's fine. I just want one up for research so we can see it there. Kuneke is researching it. And there we go. Prototype construction, orbital trade beacon. And then we'll obviously... Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. But we've got that being researched as well right there. Then we'll have the comms console being researched. There we go. Reverse engineering. That's what you're doing. So you should be able to reverse engineer that one, reverse engineer the comms console as well. Yeah, I do love this new research mod. It just adds so much... What the... Right, okay, someone built that and then it got completely destroyed. I did not see how that happened. I did not see how that happened. Okay, looks like that is actually usable. Who was my best social person? Was it Steroid? Or... Okay, no, actually it's you. Okay, so yeah, we can call people, and now if we get ships coming by, we should be able to talk to them. Let me just see. So reverse engineering. The orbital trade beacon. Comms console probably is going to be in a moment. Looks like. Okay, the orbital trade beacon and comms console. Okay, I think that's actually looking pretty good. That is definitely looking pretty good. So I'm aware there's probably some adverts going on. I did not want to go to that one. I wanted... So, a new person I started watching recently, I believe they are doing a, special event stream. So, we have... Let me just wait a moment, 15 seconds. So, I think I am going to be wrapping this up pretty soon, because there's not much else for me to really do here. Really much for us to do. Probably just make sure I put down a... Let's see, where is the stonecutter's bench? Okay, can't put it there, can't put it there. Okay, I'll put it there for now. So we'll have a stonecutter's bench as well, and we can get rid of some of these chunks that are everywhere across the world. Yeah, sorry, that command doesn't actually work. But anyway, okay, so I am probably going to pause, save, and wrap it up here. We'll save that and quit to the main menu. And let me just pass over to... There we go. See you next time. Okay, so I have 2 people online. I have one person, Hey Haylene, who is doing a 24-hour birthday bash extraordinaire stream. She is a cat VTuber. Or we have Popo Panda, who is playing Rimworld. And let me just have a look, because I think that might be also the 1.4 beta patch. Let me just have a look. Oh, okay, anyway. No, you're not going to be trapped for 24 hours, don't worry. It's like they themselves are going to be doing a stream for 24 hours. You obviously don't have to stay there for that time. But if you'd rather continue on with more Rimworld, let me know and then we can go and raid Popo Panda instead. Let me tell goodbye to my family first. You're not gonna be stuck for 24 hours. Don't worry. Yeah, not gonna be stuck for 24 hours. But yeah, if people would prefer more Rimworld, I'm just having a look. I don't think Popo Panda is working with the new 1.4 patch, but if you want to go and see more Rimworld and a base that's far, far more advanced than mine, you'd already written half a wheel. That is fast work. Okay, I think I've talked myself into it. I think we're going to go and raid Popo Panda. So thank you everyone for stopping by, hanging out, chatting, lurking, all of that good stuff. If you are lurking around and you've not given me a follow, please consider doing so. If nothing else, it means you'll get a notification, presuming they're turned on, the next time I stream. Also, I have Discord, Twitter, and TikTok, where I'm trying to upload a short video to TikTok every single day. Not been going too well because I missed 10 days, but Discord and Twitter also get go live notifications, and I also have numerous channels for various topics of discussion on Discord if you also want to join. So I think I've talked myself into it. I think we are going to go and raid Popo Panda. So let me just get that raid message up and then we will raid Popo Panda. Let me just check that is good. Excuse me. Raid message, please. There we go. Okay, I needed to do it actually on Discord. Not Discord, Twitch. Okay, so if you want to copy that raid message and head over to Popo Panda. And yes, I will make sure I mark that to watch. Definitely will mark that to watch. Don't worry, Lucas World. But as usual, thank you everyone for stopping by. Hope you have a good rest of the day. And we will go and see what Popo Panda is up to. Thank you very much for stopping by. And I hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye for now.